Right. Hi guys, I'm Tracy. Thank you for joining me today. So today's video is very straightforward. I am going to be discussing the Wayne Goss Edit brushes and I'm going to go one by one and give you guys my opinions of what I think of each one and which ones I am going to purchase and why. So he released this. It's been at least a few months that he released the Edit Collection, and he released it as a set only. And I know, at least for me and probably a lot of other people, it was kind of discouraging because Wayne Goss tends to release collections with multiple brushes in the same shape, just in different sizes. And that's kind of his style. I have a very soft spot for Wayne Goss. He's the reason that I have Fude brushes, that I even know about handmade Japanese brushes. The two brushes that I got are Wayne Goss brushes that first kind of introduced me to the whole world of high-end brushes. So I'm always very interested in his collections, but this one is one of those. Not all of them have like the same shape, but kind of like his eye set, I think 4 of them were like almost exact same shape, just in different sizes. This one is a big collection. It's 7 brushes, so for the price it's actually not that bad if you were to get the set, if you are going to be using all the brushes. And I just didn't see myself using most of them. I was really attracted to a couple of the smaller brushes. I'm going to go over that in just a moment, but before I switch over to my browsing window, I am going to show you guys some brushes that kind of help me decide to not get that #1 brush. It's a fairly long brush, and I'm gonna pull it up in a second, but I have so many brushes that are this shape. These are not as long as the #1 that he has, but the fact that these are tapered. This is a Wayne Goss 2, this is the Saikoho highlighting brush, and then this is the Bisyoto highlighting brush from the Cherry series. I love all 3 of these, and I recently got sent the Refer 19, which kind of has that really pointy tapered tip of the brush. And I just feel like I have so many of this shape and so many brushes of this kind that I really like, and I don't need another one. I'm sure the brush is amazing, but I just won't be getting the #1. And then the same with the #2, because it's got that kind of this shape, kind of is flat, and I think it might be a little less dense than this one. But this is the Saikoho J210, which is one of my favorite brushes. I have other brushes that are very similar to this, and so that's why the #2 I'm going to pass on. But I am very interested in some of the smaller brushes, the eye brushes, and I am going to start right now, start pulling up the Beautylish website. Okay, so here we have the Wayne Goss, all of his products. So okay, good. He has the #1. This is the one that I won't be getting because of the shape. Is just something I have. But if you don't have a brush like this is a great shape to powder your under eyes. If you don't want a really kind of heavy powder application, I think this would be a really good one also to do highlighter with. If you're not looking for a super specific highlighter look, if you want to just kind of put highlighter on the tops of your cheeks, I think this would be a really nice shape to have. And also these handles are like in one piece. There's no ferrule, it's just all in one, which I really like. And these little like I guess fabric loops, it reminds me of the Saikoho Yachio brushes. And I actually sometimes use these to hang them when they are drying. I don't think that's what they're for, but I do kind of like having that because you can hang them from them when you're drying them to prevent water from getting into the ferrule area. So this one, I really do think it would be worth getting as an individual. Just, I don't need that shape. And same with this one. This one, it actually looks kind of small, like much smaller than my J210, but I think this would be great actually for cream blush or cream bronzer, or powder. But I do think this is also a very useful shape. If you don't have this already, I think this will be a really great addition if you don't have a lot of these. And I think the price is a very fair price for this quality of brush. All right, now let's look at the number 3. So this one, I believe he says it's not really an eye brush, it's highlighting, contouring, and powder, kind of like how I would use the 3 brushes that I showed you earlier. And it does kind of have that shape, but this one is more pointy for like getting under the eyes and specific highlighting and contouring. But I just don't need another brush with this shape. But the number 4, so this is one that, let me just look at my notes. Yes, so this is one that I'm probably gonna get. And I watched his video a couple times when he introduced this new series. And what did he said? He said this is good for hooded eyes, for highlighting, precision concealing, powdering, and eyeshadow blending. And he said that this is so soft, and it does look a little big for my eyes. It definitely is. Let's see how long it is. It's 25 millimeters. Yeah, this is a pretty long brush for my eyes. It would be more for just like going over at the end of my eyeshadow look and kind of blending things out. I think it's too big and too soft for like, you know, eyeliner, eyeshadow, you know, laying down eyeshadow, at least for me. Maybe if you have very big eyes, this would work. But actually, I'm not sure about this one now. I don't know. But that was a number 4. This is a maybe, but I am going to order these very soon because I'm worried they're going to go out of stock. The number 5, this is one that, yes, this is one I'm getting. He really emphasized the use of this brush for hooded eyes. And the way he kind of explained it is like you would just dip this, you know, the upper part into like a transition color, you know, like a mid-tone transition color, and just place it in the crease of your eye and just go like back and forth, and that'll very quickly and you know, very nicely lay down your transition color. So I'm very interested in using this for that because I am very interested in having more of these very tapered eye brushes. I have a couple and I use them all, the brushes that I do have this shape in, and I think it would be very useful for me to have another one. I have the Mizuho eye blending brush. It's very similar to this shape, a little bit smaller, and that one's made out of gray squirrel hair. I think it's gray squirrel hair, and I use that one all the time. But this one I think will be maybe even faster because it's goat hair, and it will provide more of an impact right away as opposed to my squirrel hair eye brush that's this shape. It takes a while to build it up. So if I have the time, I would prefer it to do it that way. But maybe if I don't have a lot of time to do my eyeshadow, I think this brush will save me a lot of time. So this one definitely, I think I have it already in my bag. Number 5. Yep, number 5, I already have that. So then number 6, I think this one I have as definitely getting. So he says this is great for precision concealing. It's very delicate for crease work. Also, it's great for a nose contour, which is something I don't really do, but you know, maybe if I decide to, you know, dabble in that, I think this will be a really great brush to have. it's just, it look, you know what, it's like, it's more like slanted this way. I don't know if that's intentional. It's a little flatter this way, but I think that is, yeah, it's probably intentional, but I do like that. So I think this is a definitely number 6, definitely getting this one. And he kind of went over this idea of using a brush like this. I think he talked about the number 7 to do this, but like he kind of like look down and you place the end of this brush in the little crease that you have under your eyes if you have like sort of an eye bag. My eyes don't have so much like a puffiness under as much as a hollowness under. So for me, I think it would be very helpful to have something to place under my eyes very specifically for concealer. And I'm really excited to try something like this for my under eye concealer. I've been using a more domed brush to do that, but I think it makes sense to have something like this for your under eye concealer, as well as like the like around your nose and your mouth concealer. I think it would be very beneficial to have a brush like this. So I think this one I have is a definite yes. And then the number 7, I mean, this is really one that I should be getting. The problem that I have about this brush is I don't like this little like space right here, because this is a small brush. Let me see how long it is. It is 12 millimeters, 12.7 millimeters. It's a pretty short brush. So I feel like if you are going to be using this like to lay down a crease shade or to deepen up the outer portion of your eye, I just feel like I wish this was flush, like it didn't have this portion sticking out. I like it when it's just flat right here. You guys know what I mean. And a couple of Sonia G brushes are like that too. I don't have any like that, but that, I don't know, there's something about this shape that kind of not this part, but the like the ferrule part. I do wish the bristles and the ferrule went flush, which is what most brushes are like. I think that because of the style of this handle and the fact that it's a ferrule and a handle, I don't think they were able to customize it enough to make it flat right here. But I think that's why I am going to be passing on the number 7. If any of you guys have this and feel like that's not a big deal, let me know. But I just kind of feel like this part is going to touch your face or kind of get in the way. But I could be wrong. I very well might be wrong. But okay, that was the last one, the number 7. So I think I put these in my bag already. So oh, you know, the Sonia G Lotus set is still available. I'm not gonna get it. I just put it in there to see if it was still available for order. But yeah, I'm not gonna get this one. I have a whole video of explaining why I won't be getting that one. I'm sure it's a beautiful set. I'm really surprised it's still available. Okay, so I guess it's free if I just spend $47. I'm probably gonna add a skincare product, but these for sure, number 5 and 6 are definite yeses, and the number 4 is a maybe. I think that's what my conclusion was. The number 4 right here is a maybe. And these remind me a lot of the Artiste collection that he did, where there were 3 brushes with this shape made out of blue squirrel hair, and they had like a brown handle. And I never got any of those. I'm sure they're great, but I'm a little surprised that he released more brushes in that shape. I think it would have been a little beneficial for him to do like 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. Just from looking at him like this, I just can't see myself using all of these sizes. So I'm really glad that he released them as singles, and I think they might have been having a little bit of a hard time selling them as a set. And I do think this is a set that they really should offer as singles, just, you know, because of the reasons I just went over. So that's really all I had for this video. Right after this, I'm going to be filming Sonia G in this style, looking at the restocks that she is coming out with soon, that she announced I think just a day or two ago, as well as the fusion brushes that are going to be coming back in stock, I believe in 2 days. Today's the 8th and I think the 10th, so this Wednesday. And I'm definitely going to be picking up a couple more of the fusion series from Sonia G. And the restocks, I don't have every single one that she's restocking, but I do have I think a decent amount of them. So I am going to show you guys those brushes to help you guys decide if you should get any of these brushes. So that's really all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.